Greetings, O'Brien here. Tonight is another in my series of games that I am playing for about 2 hours for the first time. Games that have released within the last 5 years. These are very new games to me as a repetition, play the same games over and over retro gamer. So I'm trying to branch out and touch my backlog and see, and before they become retro, I suppose. And today I'm going to talk about Beyond a Steel Sky, a game developed by Revolution, who also does this series, Broken Sword. This is the first Broken Sword game remastered, Shadow of the Templars, and it's kind of similar to this kind of game as well. This is a LucasArts adventure game, Escape from Monkey Island. But so this is a new sequel to an older point-and-click, I think, adventure game, or at least it's an adventure game called Beneath a Steel Sky, which I have not played. But I did see the copy of this at GameStop at one point, and it kind of kept in my mind, and eventually I kind of seeked this out on the Xbox store, and I got it in a bundle with some other adventure-like games. So this is a future sci-fi, maybe dystopian setting of this game. It's done in a comic book graphic novel style at times with panels, but also real-time gameplay. The art is by Dave Gibbons, who illustrated the Watchmen, the graphic novel, a very famous book. So there's a lot of stuff, kind of lineage with this game. It's an adventure game. I really enjoyed it, and I haven't played the first one, so I guess my expectations are not as high, but we have a main character who is Foster here, and he's entering a dystopian city called Union City, where things are kind of controlled, and they try to, maybe for the better and for the worse. I like the protagonist. He seems pretty friendly and likable and approachable, bit humored, bit sarcastic and humorous. And the gameplay is very third-person camera, with you can move the camera and all that with your sticks and move with one with the other stick. This is actually the gameplay graphics, so this is pretty impressive stuff. You do have you have a lot of characters in the first section of the game after the tutorial that are interesting, and they're well voice acted, and it's fun to interact with them and talk with them and get hints about puzzles. This is still a puzzle game, very adventure gamey, but it does play like a third person game, action game even, though it's still very slow paced. But you kind of get interested in the puzzles and try to see with time, with interacting with the objects that you can see, that you can interact with circles and stuff. You can examine or take things, and it's fun to interact around and see what you can do and kind of get hints, or you can even look at the hints in the menu as well, because these games are known to be cryptic at times, and there's times where you just can't figure things out, so there is a hint system. This is also in Broken Sword 5 as well, which I actually also have on Xbox One as well. And so this is a very good game. I recommend it. You start out in the desert, and you and what happens is you're out trying to do a hunt or something, and then you're with your friend, and you're from a village, a rural village in the desert, and a a like vehicle kidnaps this small boy, and you're going after your friend's captors, and you're trying to save them and investigate. That's your motivation, and you follow in the desert, and you end up back at Union City. And one of the things that's kind of silly is the protagonist acts like, oh, I ended up here again, and it doesn't seem like time would lapse or the distance would be that far for him to just end up there so quickly. But maybe it's but that's my only thing so far. It's a very enjoyable game. Definitely want to check it out. And I'm a very big fan of Broken Sword and Revolution, so yeah, check it out. Beyond a Steel Sky. If you're into those kind of games on the PC back in the day, like King's Quest and the Monkey Island games, and there's a lot of those kind of games back in the day, and even before PC, like on different machines. That's all I have. Thank you for watching. Catch up on your backlog.